wondering why I'm here. Well, my next guest is in the showers, and I'm going to catch him with his defenses down. You hear that voice? That's the great quarterback from the Kansas City Chiefs, Len Dawson. I hate that voice. Nothing personal. It's just that all the things he stands for, you know, like decency and honesty and things like that. It makes guys like me look bad. You know, that all-American way about him. You probably wonder how Len got so weird and how I got to be the way I am. Well, I guess it started when we were babies. Just look at him. So neat and well-behaved. I can just hear his parents now.
Oh, look, dear. Look how cute our little darling baby is. He's even sharing his foodsy-woodsy with his teddy bear.
Boy, is that sick.
Yes, and look how coordinated our little baby boy is. With those hands, our boy is going to be some kind of great quarterback.
Now, on the other hand, my mother would just stand there, wringing her hands and saying, "Oh, what have we done?" They could just tell right off the bat that I didn't have the hands to be a quarterback. An asparagus picker, maybe, or something even worse, like a defensive lineman. Yeah, definitely a defensive lineman. Before I was 1 year old, my mom ran away from me 3 times. I think I was the only kid in the world that had a barbed wire playpen. But as time went on, Len became even worse. You know, he was one of those kids that was conscientious and hardworking and everything. He was a nice little kid. He got up every morning at 5 o'clock to deliver papers to save up enough money for his first football. He did that early in the morning because he had choir practice after school, and he was so weird. He didn't even mess around with girlies. Now, on the other hand, I mess around with girls. But I still earned enough money after school, you know. I was down on my hands and knees every day just cleaning up. Well, the years rolled on, and even Len started to notice girlies. He usually dated sweet little things named Betty Lou or Bobby Jean. I don't think I ever dated a Betty Lou or a Bobby Jean. The ones I dated had names like Bertha or Rhoda, you know, big healthy girls with mustaches. Anyways, Len probably spent hours before his dates just diagramming and running through the latest dances. I, meanwhile, had better things to do with my time than to go to dances. It's just as well, because Bertha never really looked good in those funny little dresses she wore, you know, up to her kneesies. Besides, she had grease under her fingernails all the time, plucking chickens. And finally, at the height of his career as a professional football player, Len still has time to teach kids the right way to grow up. Meanwhile, at the height of my career, I took time out to pursue my other interests off the field. Listen, I think it's about time that we catch Len Dawson with his pants down. Come on. Aren't I a little devil? Hey, that's not Len Dawson. It's one of my cheerleaders.
All right, little devil.
Boy, that was a lot of fun, man. I really liked that.
Well, I figured you'd appreciate it.
Yeah,
You're always talking about showers anyway.
Yeah, I had a good time. You know, I want to thank you very much for coming over here today, because I figured, what the heck, you're a quarterback and everything, and you would mess around with us defensive tackles. But it's nice to just, to think that you'd do that for me. It's very nice of you.
I have never been unkind to a defensive ball player in my life, believe me. You talk about showers and water. There's one game that a guy almost drowned me, a pleasant sort like you. It was raining the entire ball game and puddles of water along the field, and I got hit on the sideline, and the guy noticed that my head was above water, so he pushed me down, and I was coming up gurgling and almost drowned.
I can't figure why he would do something like that.
I don't understand it either. I don't know why you guys have that trait in you that you always want to hurt quarterbacks.
We had, I'll tell you, it wasn't us. It was our coaches. And this is a secret. Now, you probably don't even know this, but you guys used to have a bounty on you. If we hit you, it was another $150. You didn't know that.
That was at Iowa, right?
Anything went at Iowa, that's right. The great thing about Iowa, you went to Purdue when I was playing against you, was that the only reason I went there is there was no entrance exams at the time, Len. The only thing you had to be able to do was piddle across the Mississippi River. Did you know that? Of course, I drank a lot of beer at the time. I could do that. Now I can't.
I remember when you played at Iowa. I remember your attire then, which is about as nice as you're wearing right now. Your shirt tail was always, and you always at Iowa, I recall that looking down the line of scrimmage, you always had nasty remarks to say about not only me, but everybody else in the backfield.
Well, that was the courses we were taking there at Iowa. It's called the nasty remark courses. And I just started learning to talk, and the first thing they taught you at Iowa was curse words. And that's the reason we were like that at Iowa.
No, I think that maybe way back in Gary, Indiana, you learned a few of those.
Oh, yeah. Well, Gary was a tough town. And when you grew up in Gary, if you could make it out of there, boy, it was something. It was so dirty, Lenny. Yeah. Gary was the only town in the world where the birds coughed. Well, listen, Len, I just want to thank you for being my guest. And we have something I think you'll be very thrilled with. I'm sure you get a lot of, good gifts.
Yes, I do, as a matter of fact.
Well, we have a year's subscription to the Roller Derby Gazette, and I think that you'll really enjoy it because what a sport that has turned out to be.
I appreciate that. I was with Joe Namath on his show. He gave me a new car, and you give me a subscription to a magazine. That, I guess, that's befitting quarterback and the lineman.